You've mentioned a couple names recently. Who were they?
Listen, man. They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it.
I want your heart.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to TTS Xbox Podcast. Guys, another Friday, another day to TTS. We're having a lot of fun. I got a homie, aka the real Greg T, with me at the slide. What's going on, player?
What's up, Sean? What's up, chat? What's going on?
What up? What's good? You looking fresh?
Yeah, man. I decided to go ahead and let my family go. I couldn't miss the show, man. You know?
So, look what the homie did, Greg T. Look what you had to do. Besides looking in the mirror, he decided to be on TTS today. He decided to be here today and not go over to Canada to meet his best mate, D-Batch. Shout out to you, Playboy. What's good?
I couldn't let my boy hang. I'm here for you.
Of course you are, Playboy. Of course you are. But listen to me. TTS just got... I feel like I need to put in... what I need to put in... there's someone here right now that I feel like is taking over Dirt Spot. I feel like someone... It's a better looking guy as well. In my opinion. No pause. In my opinion, he's a better looking guy. The man... Dirt Mooch Crap Ponybot Gritty. I feel like you should be a replacement on TTS. I might consider it.
Facts.
But what's up?
Facts. No one can pony bot more than I can, you know? I'm gonna be hanging out with D-Batch. I would have been hanging out with D-Batch, but I was like, nah, I gotta be here with my people.
Oh, 100%. I know when it comes to when you come to Ponybot and you can't keep Naughty Dog out of your mouth, Playboy. Prime example. Let me give you an example when it comes to Dirt Ponybotting. This is him. This is how much he loves Naughty Dog and The Last of Us.
That's me.
Look
That's
at
me.
this shit. That's you?
All day.
All day.
Love Naughty Dog.
But yeah, what's going on? NYG, what's going on, Playboy? I hope you well. How's the family?
Nah, everybody doing good, man. Just chilling. Everybody
That's
doing
good, man.
Ready to just talk that shit. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I appreciate you guys being here. We know Dirt's out there in Canada with the homie D-Batch. I got a homie Paul looking in the mirror. What's going on, killer? Hope you well.
I'm very good, sir. Always good to be here. Always good to talk those topics.
What's up, Paul?
What's up, New York Giant man?
Chilling, baby, chilling.
Now we got some of the homies in the chat. They're ready for it. And one of the questions they want to put out there, Mr. Dirt Ponybot Griggity, is this. Do you want to read it out to the homies in the chat? What is Randy Watts saying?
Randy Watts. Woo! Joy free zone.
Damn! What has Joey done? Has he been Ponybotting as well?
Nintendo droning. Those 7 orders in Panama, he was the first one with some Vaseline. He can't wait.
But shout out to you, and we've got the homie Lord Star Killer gifting 5 TTS memberships. Shout out to you, Playboy, man. Respect, man. Hope you're doing well. And we got the homie Chris Jones, member for 1 month. He goes, the real Dirt. Look at that t-shirt as well. I didn't even notice the t-shirt. First of all,
yes, sir.
This is the real shit. WBG Dirt is the Temu, the AliExpress, Alibaba version. Look at this shit.
The Temu Dirt don't even wear his shirt. This is my shirt. He don't wear my shirt.
That's some nasty ass shit. I gotta say, you know, NYG, you're gonna make a great replacement for today's show. 100%.
Appreciate it, sir.
Now we got the homie Don Lazaro member for the 5. Shout out to you, homie Sean. There is always talking about buying PlayStation game. That is 100%. Yesterday, my friend, you said that on Darkman. You wanted to buy Stellar Cheeks. There was another game I forgot. Silent Piss 2 as well. Do you want to let the homies in the chat know why do you want to buy a PlayStation game? Or you pony botting? Yes or
Well,
no?
Sean in chat, I gotta be honest with you. I already been playing it. I'm sorry. I gotta fess up. You know, I just feel like in that mood to just tell y'all the truth. But I already been playing it. I got it a long time ago.
And he continues as he goes, and his only impersonation of ponies. He's right. Yo, I find that suspicious. Tim Dog, D Batch, Queen Trash, you name them all. What's the other dude as well? The guy says J Tech and these guys who like to send DICK pics. Yo, something's a bit spooky.
Did you get that new Mooch and Crap pillow yet?
It's on order. It's on order, sir. It's on order, bro.
Prophet with the 2 goes, was that Ray sniping in that clip? No, that was Crap Gamer sniping dirt. Let me show you. Watch the screen very carefully. Crap Gamer comes in for a second because, as you know, that's your hero. There you go. It's only for a second. Not even a second. The Dirt's pony button.
That was a lot of exercise for me that day. It was a lot of exercise.
We got Giga member for 12 months. We all know Dirt is camping out at GameStop in his Super Mario onesie, waiting for the Switch 2 pre-order next week. Oh, we're gonna talk about that shit as well. See some of them prices, bro. Have you seen them prices? Damn.
I got the money, Sean, because I don't have an up-to-date TV, so I was saving up for the Switch 2. You know.
Yeah, didn't you start a GoFundMe to get a new Switch?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir, I did. I'm gonna tell the truth. Show. This is Tell the Truth Friday. I'm telling the truth, everything.
Yeah, but shout out to the homies in the chat as well. Now, a serious question for you, Mr. Ponybot Griggity. The real OG, not the Timu version. Can you do the Tim Dog voice?
Oh, I need to get some. Dang, got a paper towel. Hold on. Give me a second. Can I speak to Phil, please? Phil, I will always love you, no matter what. Go Xbox.
That was absolutely fantastic, Playboy.
That's pretty good.
Fantastic. That was good.
I'm gonna have to roll next time so it'll echo out. You know what I'm saying?
100%. But what's good in the chat, man? Hope you guys are doing good. Let's get into the first topic, guys. Listen to me. I want to talk about something quickly. Ponies. Let's start it off now. These ponies are wilding. Now, it may come on give you a 10 out of 10, Playboy. So I think you should take that. 10 out of 10.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, I've noticed, when it comes to the Xbox games, some games are going to other platforms. But you remember this, like, NYG started with you, Playboy. Before all of this multi-platform stuff and putting games in more places, just let's take it back about 2.5 years ago. All of the PlayStation fans, especially the ponies, they said that Xbox games is dog shit. They said the Xbox games are mid. Now, I'm sure you sent some of the receipts out there, which I'll pull up in a second. Now they're playing games like Forza Horizon, Indiana Jones. All of a sudden, these games are really good right now. Now, NYG, when you see shit like that, 2.5 years ago, obviously me and the homie Dirt always talk about this. If you like a game, just say you like a game. Don't say it for the sake of it, plain and simple. If the game looks good to you, it looks good to you. Because you can't get caught out then. If you're lying, you're going to get caught out. But when you see dudes talk about these Xbox games 2.5 years ago, but now, today, this week, they're talking about them same game, they're loving it. What's your take on that? When they play Indiana Jones and Forza Horizon, and they say all of a sudden, we love these games right now.
Well, I'm going to keep it honest with you. I believe, like I said before, how many of these the YouTubers, I believe all of them had Game Pass. I mean, you can get it on your TV, and they might have under different accounts. I believe all of them get Game Pass. It's just jealousy. I mean, because at one time, and I don't really know, like I said, I don't know how they are just so PlayStation this, PlayStation that, like they was going off of MBG because he was liking the game. We all here to play games in the end, but in the other side, we got to have some form of reality. It can't keep being delusional. There's nothing there. There's no games here. All our games are crap until they come to the PlayStation, and it's better. Like I saw an article. I literally saw an article. Tom's Guide. I don't know if you ever seen that.
I've heard of the name, yes.
The guy was blowing up Indiana Jones because it was on the Pro. And he's talking about, oh yeah, it's better. But then he tried to when he was talking about the FPS, he said, I don't have a counter, but I can just tell it's smoother. I'm like, it's the land of the Lulu is crazy, man. I swear. But I to be honest with you, like we catered the lane. We got the name last week, Sugar Daddy. That's what Xbox is. We their sugar daddy. They come to daddy to get the sugar, So it feels good being on top, bro. That's all I'm saying. They really can't say nothing. I don't get because I wore my shirt last week. I wore that out. I can't get no feedback, no back to back with no PlayStation ponies no more. They don't have nothing to say. They don't have anything to say.
That's crazy. Like you were talking about the MBG clip you're talking about. Let me just play it for a second, then I'll get Paul's take on it. Because even the chat
just go in there and be like, I'm gonna take all these dudes out, boss. For the love of love, you can't just go in there and be like, I'm gonna take all these dudes out, boss. For the love of God, man, patience, patience, my son. But you can approach it where if you enter an area and there's like 3-4 guards, you could definitely go in and be like, I'm just gonna take these guys out. I'm gonna cause some chaos here, and you can just brawl. You can brawl it out. Venino, you're saying MBG blink twice if Microsoft have you hostage. India's fire.
Oh,
there we
man.
go. There we go, Venino.
Paul. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll continue to play that clip, but to see like MBG liking the game, like listen, all of the PlayStation guys right now, whenever they get an opportunity to play a certain game, if it's an Xbox published game, they're gonna like it because it's come to the PlayStation platform. But now you got guys like MBG who's in this community, and that's a PlayStation channel. PlayStation fans support that, and you remember this, Paul, when it came to the developer direct, they said to him that MBG goes, I must subscribe to Game Pass. What do you remember what the chat said to him?
Yeah, they were ready to unsubscribe to his channel because he was turning into a bot. And if you do that, the ponies can't lose face. I mean, basically they're just shills for the Sony PlayStation brand. They're not true with themselves. They're a bunch of frauds. And let's just be honest. How could Indiana Jones get a higher Metacritic on PS5 right now than it has on Xbox, which is ridiculous? It's the exact same game, and they're giving it a higher score. And the only reason why is because the media is, in the pocket of PlayStation, and the fans in the pocket of PlayStation. And it's not warranted because Microsoft is doing everything they can for the fans, everything for the people. They're, more consumer friendly. And PlayStation, all they do is just use their fans, mess with them, and give them remaster after remaster. And what do they have to show for it? Nothing but MBG, Crap Gamer, and Tim Dog. So,
before you continue, sorry, NYG, I think just pull your pull your microphone just a bit further back, bro, because you can hear some, sound like in a submarine or some shit.
Okay, hold on.
There's some sort of noise or feedback.
Oh, I know what it is. Hold on.
What is it then, Playboy? Let me know. Let me get this member chat before we continue.
Is that better?
Let's see. Javier over there, what's going on, Playboy? What's good? I hope you well, player. Just hopped in. Hope everybody's doing well, and in the chat and all of that shit. Hope you well, Javier, man. Hope you're good, man. It's been a minute. Now the Metacritic. I know you guys are talking about that right now, and that's a funny one. And we said this the Xbox tax, and we said whenever like a certain game does hit the platform, another platform, you're gonna see the difference. Now I know the Xbox Series X has got more obvious reviews right now, and the PlayStation 5 is at 28, but an 88, bro. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what's gonna happen all the time, and I'm sure some of the guys in the chat would agree as well. You're gonna see a lot of the games, and this happens anyway because it's lower reviews. But I really do believe that if Indiana Jones was a day one drop on PlayStation the same time as Xbox, it would have been like an 88, 89. I really do believe that. What do you reckon, NYG?
Yeah, I believe so, which is crazy. All the Xbox games trash. They're garbage. Until it comes to PlayStation, that they really such a great game. This stuff is wild. I just laugh at it.
What do you reckon, Paul? You brought up the score, and when you do see this, like, is this gonna be something that we're gonna see? Is this gonna be the norm? Like, say Forza Horizon is the next one right now, and I believe that's got a 92. So that's a really high score for a racing game as well, or for any game. But
Yeah, it's going to be a 94.
Forza Horizon, do you reckon it's gonna be a 94?
Yeah, it's going to be a 94. I mean, it's obvious what they do, but that's okay because what that's going to do is more PlayStation fans are going to buy more Xbox games, and the more Xbox games they buy, the more Game Pass games we're going to get, and that's okay. They want to fund my Game Pass, they can walk those street corners. That's good because that just funds more and more games for me.
Facts.
And that's the interesting take. You make a good point there as well. When it comes to this gaming in general as well, it's funny that they say we don't like to buy these type of games. Them games are like low meta, or Xbox game doesn't have them type of games, and nobody wants to buy them because they're dog shit. But we've seen what happened with Forza Horizon. We've seen that leading the chart, the pre-order chart. That game, even the premium edition, was like the number one pre-ordered item on the PlayStation Store. And it's crazy to me to see like more and more people like. I feel. Do you know what, the way I see it? And I think Phil Spencer mentioned this as well. He said that how did he put it with the games, like they'll get more eyes on it or something. More people will play them, and that could help us to bring more people like later. Say if a sequel comes out and they decide to change their ways or something, whatever it is, it could help them bring them to the ecosystem. Something like that. He said. I can't remember the exact words, but when you like, sometimes only certain people can afford one console or the preferred console because that's where their friends are, and that's what they've been. But growing up, it's always been a PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo, but majority's been PlayStation. So when people grow up, that's what they know. So they're not gonna go out of the way and say, you know what, Forza Horizon, let me buy an Xbox for that, or Indiana Jones. You're not gonna get people move over because some people can't afford it, and some people are just too comfortable because they wouldn't mind playing them games, but like yourself, Mr. Griggity, you wanted to play Stellar Cheeks and Silent Hill. You considered it, but you would rather play that on your box. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Like, go on, Paul.
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, I saw today that Bethesda had a sale on all their stuff, and they put out a sale. I think it was 70%, and they said Xbox and PlayStation people, come out and buy these games 70% on sale. And I thought to myself, why would I go out and buy a game that's on Game Pass? Every one of those games they're selling is on Game Pass. So I'd be stupid to go and put down money on those games. Now, if those PlayStation people want to go buy those games, I'm all for it.
Now, let me get this super chat before we continue. NYG, that noise is still there a bit, bro. What is it like?
You said the noise?
Yeah, I don't know if it's... Paul, do you hear that
Is
noise
that me?
as well a bit? No, it's not you.
Let me see.
What does it sound like? Because I don't...
it sounds like a submarine, bro. Like...
Oh, that's Darth Vader. That's my cooler. Hold on for a minute.
The piece of shit. Tell that smelly ass bitch you shut up.
He works for the Empire?
No.
Yo, Paul.
What is he, a
I don't know if I
Jedi?
got truth.
Is that-
What is this dude?
I don't know. Dirt's slipping.
No, what happened was because I game upstairs, so my wife bought me a cooler from Amazon, and then something was wrong with it. I don't know, but it was cold, and they wouldn't take it back, so we kept it. So we named it Darth Vader. It's gone now, right?
Yes, it's gone
Yeah, I
right
don't
now.
hear it.
That's
I don't
Darth
hear it.
Vader.
You know what? People are saying you got a Dirt Vader at the back there, bro. Are you holding him captive or what?
Look, fellas, guys, I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest. I gotta tell you, TTS telling truth, Sean. When I was about to leave to go to Canada, my wife fiance was in there. The car was packed. They didn't have room for me, so I just stayed. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh,
I mean, that's just what happened. Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I know I can tell you fellas the truth. We all family here, so that's what happened. I got booted
Oh,
out.
man. You got booted out, bro. You got booted out, bro. That's crazy. That's some sad times. Anyway, Michael Fresh with the 5. You got Sean Paul's orange juice in his coffee. I don't have coffee, by the way, Michael Fresh. I like the new version of that. He's a real bot. No pony nonsense. Oh, shit.
ooh.
Oh, shit. I don't know if that Michael Fresh, I don't know if that was a personal dig or not or what, but listen to me. Dirt's not going to like that shit.
Appreciate that, Michael.
Yeah, really with the 2 NYG. Oh, shit. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're
Ashley
talking
Larry?
about.
Why it's got a little
Ashley Larry is
Larry?
funny, bro.
Wow, Ray. Wow. Dang.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
messed
say
up,
that
bro.
shit. Really said that shit. Forget about the UFOs. He called it Ashley. Talking about Ashley Larry. One
Wow.
second. Where is that dude? Because I reckon he's talking about this dude here. That's who you're talking about, ain't it?
Wow.
So really, are you saying you said NYG's? Oh, come on.
Oh man.
Damn.
Well, him and Ashley Larry about the same height, so I mean he just don't have the hair, but whatever.
Oh man. We got Onyx with the 2. DMV is looking for Pelum for pending recall. Now, Pelum, what the fuck have you done right now? Explain yourself. I heard he's on the roll again. He's on the loose. Some cops are chasing him again. Chris joined the Book of X with the £2 because the background sound was Tim Dog on hold to Phil Spencer. Oh shit. That's some funny shit. 1 second, guys. Let me see something. There we are. We got Prophet with the 2. What's going on, player man? Damn, they didn't let you sit in the back. Oh shit. They didn't want it. No, they wanted Dirt to stay home.
Yeah. Hey.
Ray's wilding in the chat.
I've been spending a lot of time with y'all fellas, so he been getting a little bit extra work in.
What's going on, Chipmunk? What's going on in the chat? What's Ray Ray doing? Because I want to pull something up. 1 second. What's Ray Ray saying? Guys, what's he saying? Let me know.
Ray wants to know where the Vaseline is.
Oh, shit.
I put some on my head to make it shiny. Because it was a little ashy,
I want to pull something up, bro. There we go. It's all right anyway. Sir Riffler, what's going on, Playboy? Remember for 6 months. The PS5 is so popular, everyone listens to music. That is dog shit. But the real hitters come from the underground. Sell your PlayStation 5 Pro and get yourself an Xbox, you piece of shit. You ain't lying about that. Let me hide that comment now. Where were we at now? So, Emmett Kumar goes, the cops were on Pelum's tail the other night. Pelum, stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble.
He's backing up Sean since you've been with his mom, so he's acting out.
I think the dog's an inside informant.
Maybe. The piece of Ray Ray with the 2. What's going on, player? Laddie, put some damn lotion on. What is it with you guys on lotion today? We're trying to keep it a nice PG, show. Really goes, it was live on XEC. Pelum, forget about you. You're a troublemaker, you are. But anyway, let's get back to the topics, Playboy. Now, I want to pull up this here, man. MBG as well. On top of that, I know he's been in the highlight. Mooch's favorite guy. He said that he is reviewing Forza Horizon 5 on his PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, can I ask you something, guys? Good for him, getting a code on that from Xbox for getting a review code for the PlayStation 5 Pro. It is wild times to see that shit, but I've noticed like people out in the community that do podcasting or just in general as well in the community. I feel like a lot of people get like jealous because they were like, "Yo, I didn't get a review code, but I rep Xbox." Like, does that bother you? Like Paul or someone like, does it like, yo, that should be us really, or like, what's your take on that, bro? Like, I don't give a shit, bro. If he gets a code, he gets a code. Fair plays. But some people are a bit like upset by that.
Yeah, go ahead, New York Giant man. You got it, or?
Oh, go ahead. No, you got it, Paul. Go ahead. I'll go
Okay.
after you.
So I was gonna say, I remember a long time ago when Crap got pissed off when they gave a code out to somebody, and he was going on and on about it because that was, the start of his PS5 downturn or his PlayStation downturn.
What game was it? Do you remember what game was it?
Can't remember. I want to say it was like was it a Forza Horizon game? I remember it was a game that he just kept going on and on about it. How could so-and-so get a code and he ain't a real Xbox fan? And I just thought to myself, these guys get so big in the head when they do these podcasts. I mean, they get some followers, they get some callers, like, Dirt every week, twirling his hair. And it's like they get so big in the head, they think that they're so important. And if they don't get a code, they calling up Microsoft and saying, "Hey, Phil, how come I didn't get a code?" And they just lose their mind.
It was Crackdown. That's what he was saying. So the first party Crackdown. It might have been, bro.
And and I get it. You do your shows. You're a big fan, and you expect some kind of perks, I guess. But you know what? If you're a fan, you should be able to understand that that's a business. That's their job. They're not doing it because they're your bro or they're your homie. They're doing it because that's what they go to work and they wake up and do so they can get paid and they feed their family. So, I ain't going to call out no names, but some people who are still Xbox people, they just get too big of themselves and they think, oh, if Xbox ain't doing anything for me or they're not calling me out to go to California to be a part of their show, that, they're doing me wrong. So I'm not going to be talking about them. So it is what it is. That's just how I guess the game goes. I guess that's why Xbox doesn't have as many people as PlayStation. Then again, PlayStation don't even do anything for their fans, and they're at the, I don't want to say that, but they're at the nipple, we'll say, just sucking on it and waiting for them to say anything. So I'll just let that go.
Yeah, man. Like before I get these two super chats, like NYG, like when you do see like if it's a PlayStation, like honestly, I don't give two shits about it. No, but when I looked at some of the comments, and I'm not gonna pull them up because obviously some people might recognize the name, and some people do like they show in the chat. And people say, "Why can't?" Well, I requested a code, or I've been repping Xbox for 5-6 years. I do the Xbox videos and live streams, and Xbox didn't send me a code. For me, it's always been like that. It always has been like that. When Xbox was launching like the this current gen, they were giving it to people that don't even mess with Xbox like that. But that's the part of the business. They look at the channel, they look at the audience size sometimes. Or some people are lucky. They get the goodies. But to see people in the community say, that should be me. Honestly, I think that's just silly that. What's your take on that, bro? Like, PlayStation fans are reviewing Xbox games, getting codes. But you got some of the people in the community that, that should be me. That's wild.
Well, I don't know if you saw it, but Jimmy Neutron, he brought up a fact that he didn't get. Oh Lord, what game is it? It's I think it was Forza or something. It was a game, Xbox game, but he also said that they gave Paris. They said they get PlayStation gave Paris a PS5 Pro. And then, you know, he was like, oh, they gave him the Pro, but, you know, I'm not mad about it. And he's like, I'm going to play South of Midnight, you know, which he doesn't play Xbox games. He hasn't touched his Series X in years, but of course now he's playing these games. But we also saw him play Stalker 2, so no one said nothing about him lying about that. But I mean, it has to be some kind of rhyme or rhythm, and maybe they're trying to get at, you know, they probably see that Whatchcallit used to be an Xbot, MBG used to be an Xbot, and you can kind of tell from the show that he kind of started, like, remember he said something, hey, I might get Game Pass, and then they came at him again. Maybe they found a way to just introduce him and probably get more of his people, because like he said that the game was nice. So even though the people said, oh, the game was crap, so he got all those followers, so that might bring him more sales. It's something behind it. Like you said, I don't think it's personal. You know, it's something, I think it's business-wise, it's something behind it.
You know, sometimes it can get personal. Like prime example, like what the homie Chi Walker just mentioned. Because sometimes it's like it's not Xbox giving a code. Sometimes it could be Keymailer or some other company out there that gives. Because I've gotten 1 or 2 codes. You know what I mean? Throughout the years, I'm not really requested it, but recently I started going on it, and my other channel isn't that big anyway. But I've gotten like 1 code here and there. So I'm assuming if you got 100K on your channel, you got a better chance of getting a code from a third party. Now, if he's got a code from Xbox, then then people will get upset. Xbox sent that code to him. That's what he's claiming in this tweet. Xbox sent the code. Now, I'm sure if some of the like guys mentioned, people in the chat, right? E-Ranks mentioned 2 people. I'm sure if that was from like Keymailer, they wouldn't have been like so upset about it. But I think because it's Xbox sending the code out, that's where they get upset. And the homie Carl Weeb just mentioned as well. He goes, Reforged Gaming has been shitting on Xbox for the past few years right now. Does he really believe he will get a code from Xbox directly from Xbox? It's not gonna happen. It won't happen, bro. Some people will get it. And you made a great point as well when you brought up Paris. I remember, like, behind the scenes, he told us, me and Dare, before Spider-Man came out, he goes, I'm reviewing Spider-Man 2. Nobody knew about it. He goes, I'm sure these ponies will be upset because them dudes got the PlayStation channels. They want to be reviewing Spider-Man 2. Prime example, like J Body and Persona speaks. Why didn't they kind of quit in the channel, the live stream? Because they don't get that love from PlayStation.
Yeah, from PlayStation, yeah.
If that's the expectation. That's what it is. That's what, like, I don't expect nothing from Xbox. Do you know what I mean? Plain and simple. I'm not expecting jack shit. But I think they expected something from PlayStation. So when they see like Paris getting the controllers, getting the PlayStation 5 Pro first, the Spider-Man 2s, you know, now he's still playing Nintendo Switch 2 at some event as well. Some people get into the feeling because they feel like, oh, he's more of an Xbox guy. He doesn't deserve that. And I'm kind of seeing the similar situation here right now. How is this guy getting a Forza Horizon code? It makes me laugh, bro. Let me get these 2 super chats, a couple of super chats, and we'll continue. Profit with the 2. What's going on, player? Yo, this version of Dirt looks like Dennis Scott.
3D.
Can you play basketball?
That's a basketball player.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah.
I'm alright. I'm not gonna get signed up nowhere, but I'm okay.
Yeah, I was playing. You know, when I was in Spain along the beachfront, it's really cool in Salou, Spain. So it's a long course. You go down the beach. Let me go this way. You can go down the beach this way, and along like each section, they'll have something going on. It'll be like a small park, like say like a medium-sized park, and then you move further down. It'll be another park. Then it'll be a basketball like kind of court there with a football court, tennis table, table tennis, and all that. It was pretty cool. But I was playing basketball with some Spanish guy, dude. It was a lot of fun, bro. A lot of fun, bro. But it's basketball. Basketball's hard, bro. It's difficult, that is. Duran Wordy, what's going on, Playboy with the 2? It only bothers post oxtail eating ass. He's talking about post up. His oxtail no good eating punk ass bitch ass. Duran, that's what I was talking about, Playboy. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
And it's funny too that you go ahead.
Sorry, Ray with the 2. Why you look like War from Star Trek? Who's that? I can't remember, bro.
He was the clean guy. He was the clean guy with the wrinkles in his forehead.
The wrinkles, yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Well, hey, at least Worf had a neck. Can you see my neck? Ask Ray, can we see his neck?
Really got this in the chat.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, you know.
You know, Ray punk ass like he can't even reach his fucking tabletop. The piece of shit.
Sitting on some telephone books. But Sean, you know it was crazy. My wife's son, someone had he has PlayStation, and he had his account for like 10 years, like all his games, and someone stole his credit card. So they closed the account, and they was like, nope, you not get none of that. All those 10 years of games, all his catalogs, all that stuff. And I heard that their customer service sucks too. They just treat you nasty. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. They and that's how they live like that. They like, we gonna give y'all what we want. We gonna give you these remakes. Y'all gonna keep buying them, and they put them on that pedestal. So that's why PlayStation lives like that.
Yeah, I think there was a big story recently about somebody who had RoboCop and they bought it, and then I guess they bought some DLC or something like that for it.
Yeah.
And then they lost their their version of Game Pass or whatever that is. I don't even know what you call it. Play Anywhere. I don't know. And when they lost it and then they tried to re-up it, they lost the license to RoboCop, and then they couldn't play the game anymore. And then when they went to customer service, they said they were out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Paul, I remember you mentioned that. I believe you sent it in the DMs as well. That is insane to see that, like, losing that game since it came to the PlayStation Plus. Then, how does that work? Is there any more stories about that, Paul? Like, did you see anything else with that? Did any other people have any issues with that when it came to that shit?
I heard about it in the past. Like, if you stop having PS Plus and then you picked it back up, that you might have lost some of your old games that you had in the past. And then some people deny it, and then some people say you do. But I think that if you have DLC for it, it's not like Xbox. Like with Xbox, you keep everything that you have, whether you stop it or start it or whatever. But I think with them, if you do stop and start it, like you might lose stuff depending on when you stopped it and when you started it. But I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he was talking about PlayStation Plus Inferno Dragon. That's what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. So that was the story coming out. That's insane to see like something like that happen when it comes to that PlayStation Plus. I'm talking about our PlayStation Plus. Have you seen the prices? The prices are going up. They're skyrocketed. I couldn't believe this shit. When I seen the prices for PlayStation Plus, I'm like, yo, how can they compare this shit to Game Pass, bro? Now, NYG, read this shit out to the homies in the chat. What's going on with the PlayStation 5? The PlayStation Plus in Canada.
Should I read it like Dirk messed the words up?
Yes.
Play Station Plus pricing increased in Canada. Oh, that's what the tools are. The tools in Canada. The tools. So 1 year plans, essential, 110 Canadian, extra, 190 Canadian, and premium is now 225 Canadian. But isn't they complaining about Game Pass being 240? Oh, no, yeah, 240 a year.
About 240, 260 around that mark. But look at the difference, bro.
That's and they not getting games day one. It's so crazy. I don't understand what the whole PlayStation have over their people. Look, I like nice stuff. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm just like, when it comes to my money, it's something different about my money. I'm not going down that line. I'm really not. I'm like, yo, but then hold on. Last July, they lost like didn't they lose like 35 or 40% of their people
millions of subscribers. So that's why when like they stop and start that PS Plus, people be losing their mind because they lose all their games.
And so that's a form of a punishment. That's what that is.
It serves them right.
The 100%, like, that's crazy to see the prices going up, and Look, we can expect all prices to go up, but to see that PlayStation prices going up, and it seems like across the board right now with the consoles, I'm sure they're gonna try to do it with the games as well, push it to $80. I wonder if Ghost of Yorte or whatever game is coming up from PlayStation, Death Stranding maybe. I wonder if they got the balls to push it to $80.
That's $100.
I believe 100. Yeah, 100. Like you said, 80 and $100.
And
'Cause
that's
they're
why I
gonna,
was like, sorry, go on, Paul.
I was gonna say they're gonna make a TV show and they're gonna give you the TV pack for 100.
Yeah. You know, that's what I was talking about like earlier as well in the DMs as well. To see these prices go up and then trying to compare it to trying to say it's better than Game Pass. That's what makes me
Crazy.
laugh. Like that's what's crazy to me. Like if something is better, just admit it is better. Plain and simple. There's no issues. There's no ifs, no buts. When a service is better, you can say, you know what, that service is better, but it's not for me. Plain and simple. Don't just shit on it because it's not on your favorite platform.
It's just
And that's what's
jealousy.
happening right now. And that's what's happening right now. When it comes to like, we'll talk about the Game Pass and Phil Spencer interview as well, talking about like more games coming, unannounced games. But when you see the prices for PlayStation Plus, and I will always say this, if PlayStation Plus keeps increasing, Nintendo online subscription keeps increasing, like like get close to like Game Pass, one service will start looking even better in the normal. I'm talking about the normal people, the normal dudes out there, not us guys. We know what's the difference anyway. They're gonna be more like IGNs and the GameSpot will talk about. Yo, these two are kind of similar prices, but what you get with this service is day one, big hits
Yep.
like Call of Duty, Doom, South of Midnight, Avowed, Expedition. Like then you get the second and third party deals like Ninja Gaiden 4, and that's when it comes to a point where like how can he deny that? How good of a service versus his competitor? If PlayStation would like Paul, you can answer this for me. If PlayStation was doing, say, let's say this was the opposite. If PlayStation was doing day one and like Game Pass, and Xbox wasn't doing day one, you know for a fact, PlayStation they'll be highlighting it, they'll be
Yeah.
talking that shit, celebrating it, all of that shit, bro, doing cartwheels. You know that
Yeah,
for a
that's
fact,
true.
bro.
That's true. They would tell everybody how not only Xbox is dying and how Xbox is going to go under and how everybody needs to get rid of Xbox, but how PlayStation is the best, value in gaming, how PlayStation, cures cancer, how PlayStation is the best thing ever, and it's it's really sad. It's really sad how they're just drinking the Kool-Aid and they just don't see the benefit of Xbox. And I'm telling you, when Xbox starts doing that Xbox PC hybrid and more PC people start to see it, because the Panama 7, they don't have Xboxes over there like how Xbox is, in regular countries like the UK and America. So when Xbox starts hitting all those other countries, and because it's on PC and it becomes an app on television, it's gonna be an app on PCs, and people could start just buying Game Pass and getting the exact same game that they've been playing on PlayStation on their PC or on their phone. I'm telling you, PlayStation days are numbered. Maybe not Nintendo, but I think PlayStation days are numbered.
I do want to talk about that, the setup for the future as well. We'll bring that up. Like when it comes to like Game Pass as well. On top of that, I want to get the super chat as well. On top, 1 second. Let me get the super chat first before we continue. We got Carl Weeb with a 5 because brand loyalty, which we all know what that is as well, bro. What it means. He wants an Android phone, but he's been using the iPhone since 08. For 17 years, he's been using that shit for. And he also has a Mac Airbook and iPad, so it's hard to pick up and change. 100%. When you built up your library and you just so used to the iPhone, OS and all that bullshit, it's hard to pick up. It's hard to leave, bro.
Well, it's crazy,
Go
Sean.
on.
Is remember when Xbox jumped up the Xbox the Gold, and everybody went crazy, and then of course they brought it back down. It's pretty much the same thing, but it just PlayStation get a pass for everything. It doesn't. I told you, like I was saying, PlayStation is the dad that they wish they one time loved, but he just left them. He come and visit them every once in a while, just slide them a little something. They want their daddy back, but I mean, the pops ain't coming. I'm telling you, when this marathon fall on his face, ooh, it's about to be some turmoil.
That would be fun. Like Louis M goes, did anyone own a Windows phone? I never did, bro.
I had one at the beginning. I had it for about. I didn't have it that long.
I gave one to my kids.
I remember there were the Nokia phones or some shit that they had the Windows format or some shit. That's all I remember, bro. But it is what it is. It never took off, bro. Never took off. Razor Ultron was going on with a fat playboy. He goes, PlayStation is effing the players and ponies, roll over and take it. Them are facts, bro.
No Vaseline.
And they're feeling it right now. Playing even Nintendo. Like, I love the smoke that Nintendo's getting right now, and I love the smoke that PlayStation is getting, because I feel like Xbox has been like more positive in the past few weeks right now. I'm sure the media will come up with some shit, but as of right now, Xbox has been positive. And like one of the positive things I love about like Game Pass as well is this studio here, Atomfall Rebellion. He talked about, and this is not the first time we heard this. We heard it from the smaller developers. And listen to me, does it make sense for someone like the GTA Rockstars to put the game in Game Pass? No. You would be stupid, because they don't need Game Pass. They don't need no service at the start. You know they're gonna be make $1 billion over the weekend or some shit. So when you see a smaller studio like Rebellion, the CEO talking about Atomfall's success and obviously giving props to Game Pass, it's nice though. Because when the smaller the reason why I love this NYGM poll is because when other developers look at this, and they're making the game, they put in 5-6 years into it. Obviously, they don't have the money, they don't have the backing like Rockstars and EA and all that bullshit. When they see this, they go, you know what? Maybe Xbox and Game Pass, we got a nice bug, guaranteed bug, and more people will get to play our game. More people will recognize us, recognize the studio. I've never even heard of the studio before, as far as I remember. I don't really remember the studio. I remember, like, I've never heard of them, but I don't remember them. Now, since it's been in Game Pass, people have been talking about it. Over 2 million people have played the game as well. The next game, when I see Rebellion, I'll be, oh yeah, that's the game, that's the person that made Atomfall. And to see like this, like the CEO giving it props, that's amazing, bro. Because I really do believe that that's what Game Pass can do for this, even the smaller guys out there as well. Put the games into more people's hands. And when people play the game, word of mouth goes around. More people play it, and they say, yo, this game was dope. Like, I finished, like, prime example, I know this is a first party studio, but I finished South of Midnight last night. Absolutely a fantastic game. I give it 9 out of 10. That's why I got to land on that game. 9 out of 10, bro. I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll get a sequel as well. Did you finish the NYG?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I sent you the
Oh yeah. Last week when I was away,
I played that from the first day, and I did like 10 hours one day, I did like 13 the other one.
Yeah,
yeah. I just couldn't put it down. It was fun. I fell asleep a couple times.
There's about 14, 15. I can't remember now. Chapters and.
Okay, I'm on like 4 or 5.
Yeah, bro. There's about 14, 15. I can't remember now, bro. But you know. Like the homie Dustin Lambert just talking about this as well. It is a great game. Honestly, when you get to the later chapters, them stories, NYG knows what I'm talking about. Them stories get deeper and deeper and deeper, bro. You know, you like, like it starts so okay, you know, the brothers at the start, the first 4 or 5 chapters. But them later chapters, after 8, 9, 10 on them chapters, bro, yo, what a ride, bro. Chia Walker, like Flyboy. You're at chapter 14, basically at the end of the game, bro. Now, what do you reckon of the last 4 or 5 chapters? Honestly, a game like that is absolutely fantastic, bro. 14 chapters, he said. Yeah, 14 chapters. It's absolutely fantastic to see a game like that. And I noticed, like, I know we don't have the 1080i TV like Dirk Griggity, punk ass, but. Yo, you know some of the art style in the later levels, bro, they look incredible. They look even better. Like sometimes, like I noticed some stages had a bit of a yellow tint to it a bit. But them later stages, bro, they looked incredible, bro. And the music was fire. And the reason I want to bring up like South of Midnight, us guys on the panel can talk about this. Yo, that game's a smaller game. It's a $40 game. But let me tell you something. It might not have the
Facts.
$200 million budget. But me, Paul, NYG, some of the homies in the chat are playing this game. And how are we playing this game? Game Pass. That's how we playing it. That's our experience. That's our connection, bro. Like, there's some games I wouldn't give a shit about. Like, Outer Worlds 2, I'll be honest with you. I'm not even interested in that game.
No.
Do you know what I
Yep.
mean?
I'll play it though. If it
I'll
was
play
Game
it,
Pass,
but
but
I don't have the interest to it. Do you know, like, Award was a prime example. Like, Paul, you know, I was saying Award was like, 50-50 for me.
Yep.
I fell in love with that game.
Yep.
yeah.
And that was through Game Pass. Now, the next game, if it's Award 2, wherever it is, I look forward to it. Like, Outer Worlds 2, I'll probably give it a chance. Even though I've not played part 1 like that properly, I'll probably give it a chance because I might like, do you know what? Let me give the second game a chance. And that's what's happening right now. Like, Atomfall's a prime example.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I put in over 1,000 hours in Starfield. And
Damn.
after playing Avowed, I want Oblivion to make the next Starfield. That's how good that game was. Avowed is ridiculously good.
It's weird how
crazy.
that game hooks you, bro. Like, I don't get it how they done it, bro. Like,
it's amazing. And I don't even like that kind of fantasy stuff game.
That's what it is. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird, that game.
It is. And to your point, you know, there was, and I remember Paris talking about this. I don't remember what show I was on with Paris, but he was talking about that snowboarding game where it's like simple blocks and you're snowboarding down, down a mountain. And I remember seeing it on Game Pass, and I was like, let me play this game a little bit. I just fell in love. I played that game for about 8 hours, and I was like, this is so simple, but I love this game. And like that game with the bike and the down riding, the guy that I forget what it's called, downhill or down something, where you ride down the hill on the bike, and that he's like, Game Pass changed this whole company. That, you know, how great it was that he was on Game Pass, and it was so good that, you know, he doesn't think that he would be as successful without Game Pass. And like you said, Sean, there's games that I would never even touched if it wasn't for Game Pass. And, you know, ponies are here, welfare pass. Oh, you have to buy your own games. You have to do all this. And then I'm reading somewhere where it says real gamers buy or play at least 5, 6, 7 games a year. I don't think there's any ponies out there buying 5, 6, 7 games a year.
No,
for real, I don't believe that. And I know for a fact myself, I must play I play 5, 6 games a month. And that's minimum. That's low if I'm busy. Because, you know, with Game Pass, I'm playing like a game a week, 2, 3 games a week, because I'm just switching off and on. So, yeah, Game Pass is crazy. And anytime I hear that nonsense
that's the opportunity it gives us when like Atomfall's up. Still not started that yet, but I'll give it a try. But at least I can try and say, you know what, it's not for me. Move along, but it could be for NYG. It could be someone in the chat who's hardcore into the Fallout games, and that's what we're talking about. There's some games will get the highlight, like High on Life. I felt like that was a prime example. Like that game had that I forgot his name now. Ted McFarlane, but them dudes anyway. I forgot the names. Squanch games, yeah. And that was a dope ass game, but you gotta understand, like, when a game comes to the Game Pass and you're not too keen on it, but do you know what? People are talking about it. I have the service. Do you know what? Let me just check it out, just in case. You know what I'm seeing. Like the homie, the homie Young Dreads goes, I tried Award a couple of times because I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. He'll give it a try again, but at least he had the opportunity to try it. At least he didn't go out of his way, spend 50, 60, or 70, whatever the price was. I said, do you know what, you guys, that wasn't worth it. I spent $60 on that shit, and I didn't like it. But since we're Game Pass subscribers, that Paul, try it. Don't like it, move along. South of Midnight, that game is for me. And that's what happens with Game Pass. And the day and date drops as well.
It needs to be in the Game of the Year category as well.
Blueprints. I heard Ray talking about it, and I'm like, let me look at this Blueprints. That's supposed to be like Steam's #1 game. It's got a 90+ Metacritic, you know, and it's on Game Pass. All I got to do is just download it. Matter of fact, I don't even have to do that. I can play it on the cloud. So, you know, what are we talking about here? Welfare pass. Welfare my ass. What the hell are they talking about?
You know what's crazy though? Like, I'll get the super chats as well, and You got some of the homies like Dan Lazarus talking shit. You know, like Joey with his Ballot Hole game. He loved that shit. I played it in Game Pass. And it's cool, but not a Game of the Year fucking nominee, bro. Kiss my
No,
ass.
it's the
Playing
game
that
of the
shit.
year. No, it's the game of the year. Bellatro's.
come on.
I'm with Joey. Bellatro's the game of the year.
No, it's a game, indie of the year. I'll give you that, punk. Not the game of the nominee year. Come on, I'll give you indie. Come on, bro. Let me get the super chats. Profit with the fact. I'm telling you right now, this new game from Bungie, that dog shit PlayStation publisher Maraho can't even fuck with the Division. That's them are facts, bro. Them are facts because it is a whore. Yo, Bungie. Oh man, I don't want to talk. Bungie's dog shit, bro. Recently, anyway. Time Maker Man with a 5. Welcome back, Sean. Also, you got to range up dirt back into the stables. Oh shit. Has he been pony botting? What has he been saying for the past week or two?
Hardcore.
He's been super
Yo,
chatting.
I know how to
MBG.
play, bro. I know how to play, bro. But I just don't have the interest. I played it, got probably 8. I don't know how many hours I got, bro. 6 to 10 hours into it. That's it. That's my buzz. That's more than enough, bro. But getting back to Atom4, like these developers, they need the highlight. They can go toe to toe with these big games right now. They don't have the Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft behind them sometimes. When they got the big budget games, sometimes they need to be in a service and get highlighted. Plain and simple, otherwise they get lost and nobody talks about it. And I believe Sapphire Midnight will do pretty good with the player count. And I'm sure, like Paul, when you finish here, and some of the homies in the chat, send me a link. Joey, the link's in the boys chat. Let me 1 second. Let me send Joey a link. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. Joey, I'll send it in the WBG chat. 1 second. But that's what I'm talking about. 1 second. There we go. Joey, the link's in the chat, punk. These are 45 minutes. And that's the beauty of it, bro. But like, definitely, when you guys play, like Joey, I want to talk to you about South of Midnight when you come, because I'm going to give you a left hook. Playing that simple.
Sean, remember that Toy Soldier game did well too.
Hypercharge or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, hypercharge. Yep.
You know, and that's the beauty of it, bro. Like, to see the price, like, competing against like these other services right now, Game Pass, and to see, like, I'm just happy to see some smaller developers of, you know what, Game Pass has worked for us. Microsoft was really worked out for us. And you can tell, like, from that comment the CEO was talking about, I feel like the next game will be in Game Pass.
Yeah.
And that's what you want, bro. You want these developers to have the ease of, like, you know what, it's a risk if you put it against this game, but no, we're going to get money up front, maybe whatever the deal they take. And end of the day, they signed a contract. If to make a bad deal, they made a bad deal. That's up to them.
Yeah, like Sifu.
Yep. Yeah, prime example. That new Sifu for football game. I didn't expect that game to. Did they announce that to come to Game Pass?
Yeah, they did. Sifu's coming to Game Pass,
but
not
Sifu's
before it was. Not when it was a PlayStation timed exclusive. They never said it because PlayStation wouldn't let them. But the next one is.
They got that football game coming out as well.
Oh, I don't know about the football game.
That's coming to Game Pass. I just don't remember if that was announced before. Rematch. That's what it's called. So
okay.
Rematch. Yeah, it's that Shaolin soccer style of football. It's a karate type of game. Yeah, the Sifu, I played Sifu, bro. Sifu's a good game. But like the new game is coming to Game Pass, and that's what I'm talking about. Because I kind of know that studio from Sifu. I'll give it a try. And that's the beauty of it, bro, man. Let me have some water, bro.
And Sean, the fact that they call it Warfare Pass and support the devs, just the fact that you see the sales and Final Fantasy VII Remake, the Final Fantasy 16 Astrobot, they're not buying games. They I guess is to make it seem like they got money or something like that, more money, like we Xbox players are broke. But it's right there. They do not support their games. They don't spend money on the games. They don't, or they would sell more.
But yeah, 100%. The Def Leppard goes, I'm drinking straight gin.
Yeah, do like some gin shine.
Hey, 250 people in here. Y'all hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Shout out to the homies in the chat. Now let's move along, bro. Like I know Joey's podcast is gonna come soon as well. Let's talk about the dog shit PlayStation 5 Pro. Because I'm not sure if you guys have seen the performance on this shit. Because apparently the PlayStation 5 Pro, the pisser tech, was supposed to be incredible. Let's break it down. Let's see what's happened with the pisser tech.
The question is, okay, so they're dropping a little bit of res to make that performance deficit up from enabling PSSR, but does it maintain performance is like the question that I have for you, Oliver.
Yeah, that's kind of the key question, I guess, if that PSSR is worth it. So unfortunately, I do have to report back some slightly negative news here, which is that in the performance mode, the PSSR technique carries a pretty substantial frame time penalty there and a pretty substantial frame rate penalty. When we walk around the world, it can drop frames pretty frequently, and we often end up in like the mid-50s or so, especially around Kyoto. That's kind of the biggest city in the game. That seems particularly taxing. It also tends to suffer from the game's kind of DRS issues particularly badly as well. Like when you swing the camera. So if I look at this idle shot at the beginning of the game, I'm getting 57 FPS. If I look straight up, 60, right? But then if I swing the camera back down, we're falling into the 40s briefly before we settle at like 57 FPS.
The question is, okay, so they're dropping a little bit of res to make that performance deficit up from enabling PSSR, but does it maintain performance is like the question.
You know, the PlayStation 5 Pro, guys.
Weren't they getting motion sickness? Weren't they getting motion sickness from Indiana Jones?
Supposedly.
I'm not sure if they're going to get motion sickness, but NYG, the PlayStation 5 Pro is like $800. Apparently, the pisser was supposed to do wonders. What happened to it, Playboy? In the 50s. They were talking that shit.
I mean, Sean, to be honest, something that people really don't talk about, which they should, PlayStation 5 has had problems with RE5. Every RE5 game, I forgot. They had that one game that somebody might know, but the Series S was doing better than the PlayStation 5 because of the RE5. It's just, I don't know. They don't do enough comparisons to me.
Was it Fortnite?
No, I don't think you said no. It wasn't Fortnite. It was a regular game. I'm trying to remember. Darn it, was it? I don't think it was Space Marine. I think it was a Space Marine. It was. I can't remember, but
it might have been Space Marine. Yeah, the home.
It's just a piece of shit system. I mean, to be honest, I mean you got it. It can't. With RE5 is the next generation. They won't prepare for that. I don't know.
You mean Unreal 5?
Well, yeah, that's an RE5. Almost
RE5,
UE5.
UE5, yeah.
Yeah, they just. I don't know the problems they had. You can't You can't sit that motherfucker up. You gotta lay it down, or the solder will melt and mess. It's just so much crap with that system. Stuff we never seen here at Xbox. I had no issues with my Xbox whatsoever. Matter of fact, I don't even cut my Xbox off. I keep it like a PC or something, so I can download stuff or whatever. Yeah. But never had any of these issues. But hey, they love it.
Yeah, like Paul, when you see like people were talking that shit when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro is gonna be killing it, competing against 4070, 4090, and these are not my words. These are the words of the ponies out there. They said they're gonna compete against PC.
Yeah, man. You know why, man? Because they don't get any coochie, man. That's why they don't get no coochie. They don't understand. No, but you know, it's the same nostalgia nonsense. The pisser, aren't they trying to change the pisser over to FSR3 now because it doesn't work? Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just lie after lie after lie. You know, and then PlayStation 6 is coming out in what, 3 years, 2 years, whatever. You know,
I'm not sure, bro. The way the prices
are now, if it ever comes out,
they don't need to.
You know, like one thing.
But what's going on, Sean? What's going on, Sean?
What's going on, Joe? You good?
What's going on? The PS5 Pro can't handle. We can't handle the swing to the left, cha cha cha. I can't handle the swing to the right, cha cha cha. Nor up and down. What are we doing here, bro? And then
problems with Mario Kart.
The PS5 is actually killing it. It's killing people's pockets. That's the truth.
Yeah.
It's not killing anything else. So I don't know, man.
Joey,
I came in late. I don't know what you guys are exactly talking about. All I know, we're talking shit about the PS5 Pro.
That's what we're talking about.
Joey, are you using the Nintendo? Are you using the Nintendo Switch 2 camera right now? You got a bad delay.
He got the camera first.
You got a bad delay.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. But my camera. Hold on, let me get it out and back in. Hold on.
I think he's using the C button.
Yeah, exactly. Special C button, bro.
Too many people in Panama.
The homie Dustin Lambert goes, D-Batch rides a bike without no seat. Oh, shit. With no
Sean,
seat. Come
Sean,
on,
you wasn't here last week, but I'm trying to tell you, if that new system has Steam on it, it's over. And if it works, but it's over. Because you looking like, okay, yeah, and you're gonna pull some people over because some people, whether they want to admit it, that one, they do have Game Pass. Like I said, you got a Samsung TV, LG TV, you can play it. Two, there's games on Steam that people want to play, but they can't play because they don't have a PC. I'm telling you, that new system is gonna knock it out the park, especially if it runs well. There's no issues. The Xbox gonna make a lot of money with that new system if they had that Steam up there.
Yeah.
Am I good?
Are you sounding?
Am I good?
Yeah.
Am I good?
No, it's a bit shit.
Dog shit. Nintendo technology sucks.
As good as it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's right. You all right?
What's
Joey?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm using that Nintendo camera and their microphone.
Joey, by the way, the Nintendo shit. Did you watch the Mario Kart World? Like, was there anything interesting? No.
I like Nintendo, but I'm not stupid to sit down an hour to watch something I already know about.
I think it was only 15 minutes long or some shit.
It's too long for me. The length is fine. No, I mean, it's Mario Kart, man. It's one of the games that you're going to buy if you have a Nintendo console. That's it. I don't need to see anything. I didn't want to see anything. Plus, I don't care that much.
Okay, I got a question, Joey. So they had the 4 screens at the bottom when you're doing the video chat, but I thought they said the Mario Kart you can pay up to 25 people. So you're playing at 25 people. How are they going to choose who you get to see at the bottom of your screen?
No, it's only 4 people I think you are talking to. The 25 people online. It's like you're playing a match and you're talking to 5 people, but you're playing a battle royale which has 100. You're not talking to 100 people. That's how I think it's gonna work. Why are we asking me this? We're talking shit about PlayStation. Fuck PlayStation.
Yeah, talking about shit about PlayStation.
Leave Nintendo alone.
Well, we can talk shit about Nintendo as well when we want to as well. But Joey, the PlayStation 5 Pro, we've seen what it's been doing with the performance and that. Do you actually believe, like, right here, right now, today, that Xbox was right for not doing a mid-gen refresh and decided to do a next-gen console in 2027?
Are we seeing a difference between, like, a Nintendo 64 and a PlayStation 2 graphics with a PS5 Pro against the Series X? No, right?
No.
Do people actually care about that shit? Like enhanced ray tracing. What the fuck does that mean? Are you seriously, what the fuck does that mean? Have you seen your own games on your OLED screens?
It's not working anymore.
How darker do you want to go? Like what more shadows? Who's shooting at an enemy and looking at the shadows? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad, ponies. Because ponies take pictures more than them play games. So maybe that works for them. But for us real gamers, and I'm going to call us real gamers because we always been talking about finishing games. Look at Dirk. He's been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows since forever. He still hasn't finished it. He's still playing it. I'm playing Blueprints. I'm playing Castlevania Collection again. I just finished Self of Midnight. I'm going back to I play matches of Halo here and there. I go back to Age of Empires. I'm still playing. But ponies they're complaining and talking about enhanced ray tracing. What does that mean? Does it even matter? I can bet here right now that my son on a Series S plays any competitive shooter against a pony with their enhanced ray tracing, and there he's gonna kick their ass with any of those graphics. None of them. He's gonna shoot them, and that's all that matters, bro. It's like, what are we doing? We're playing shadows. We're playing colors. What are we playing? And spending $700 to $800 for something that is not even hitting 4K. Come on, man. Cut the crap. What are we doing here? Now you're paying more money because the prices went up. They're happy about it, apparently. It's like every time they fuck them in the ass, they say thank you. That is just weird behavior, bro. I didn't even like $70. I hate when everything goes up in price. I got three rice eaters in my house. I don't want shit to go up. God damn. But these fuckers are like, nah, man, it's good. Support the devs. Shut the fuck up. You lose your job and not one dev is going to support you. Have you thought about that? Have any of you us actually think about we're supporting these devs? Okay, cool. That's a nice notion. That's kind of a kumbaya kind of thing. But if you lose your job and you ask for help, your buddies will help you. Your family will help you. But will you see the devs like, oh my God, all these employees from McDonald's, which I've been going to this McDonald's for 15 years, are losing their jobs. I hope they're going to do a GoFundMe for you. No, they're fucking not. So cut the crap and start looking after your own fucking pocket. We have to draw the line. And I draw the line with the PlayStation. They are dog shit. I don't like them. I will never like them. And if I play their games, I don't need your console no more to play them. So go fuck them.
TTS.
That's the rant.
Shit. So I'm assuming that's no then. Time maker, man. What's going on? Joey, you gotta calm down, brother. Herman Smith, he's a Nintendo fanboy. I'm sure you know who that is, Joey. You piece of
course
shit.
I do.
He's sucking up to Nintendo like you, like a morpho.
There you go. Donkey Kong. There you go. That's the game.
No, I agree with you like that. I know you're going there, but I feel like if an Xbox did release on a mid-gen refresh, I'll most likely I would get it. No doubt. But to see the upgrade right now versus... Like to see the upgrade versus the One X, because I think a lot of people's perception was the Xbox One and the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4 Pro. I think they were expecting that type of level of jump because when the One X it jumped to that level.
We've never seen 4K before, and once we saw 4K,
and I think
1080p looked like shit,
yeah.
Which was weird because at that time full HD was like, damn, this looks great. And then we had like the LEDs. We're like, oh my God, that looks cool. Now we got QLEDs with 4K on it. Yeah. And we're like, shit. So it's like, look, I can't tell. Look, you do whatever you do with your money. I do what with my money. But I honestly don't think it's even worth spending that much money. Plus, we just played South for Midnight. Have you seen that game? Yeah. Like, honestly.
That looks amazing.
Regardless what you think about it, about the combat story, whatever. But have you seen really that game? That game is gorgeous, bro.
Bro.
Gorgeous. Does it need a pro to look like that? What would a pro give that game? Tell me. What would a pro give that game? It's already 4K. It's already running 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
probably would give it more stutter.
Tearing.
And on an OLED screen, it looks fantastic. Like sometimes I'm crazy. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, there's certain games that run like shit. A 4K screen or is not going to. There are certain games that all the technology is not going to fix that game. Star Wars, a Jedi Survivor, great game. That game is just badly optimized.
It still runs rough. That game. I'm playing it.
It still runs rough. But is that the console's fault? I don't think so, bro.
No,
I don't think so. If these people manage to create games like Red Dead Redemption on a dog shit Xbox One, Jaguar Core, 4 gigs of RAM, and they made Red Dead Redemption, what is the excuse of these games?
Yeah,
isn't the purpose of new technology to make things work faster and better? And development has gone worse. And they want to complain about the Series S and these consoles, that the power's not enough. They mean more and more and more. You got a graphics card that costs $2,000 that's supposed to do a whole bunch of shit, and that shit is still stuttering games. So to the point is, we're not getting our money's worth when it comes to technology. It doesn't matter how much technology you're giving us in something. We're not getting our money's worth because these developers are just not using it. So why would I pay for something even more expensive if I know my game's gonna look as good as a game that is running on a potato? What is the point? Enhanced ray tracing? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. So that's just my opinion on that, man, bro.
I feel like as time has gone on, I didn't. You know what it was, Joy? It's that perception. You know, when they send that jump, I think people expected the same, like in their minds. Because when you see it done once, you're like, yeah, maybe this is gonna happen again. A mid-gen refresh, we're gonna see the same shit like when it happened with the Xbox One or the PlayStation.
I'm not falling
4
for that
Pro.
anymore.
And I think that's what a lot of people expected. Because you seen it once, it worked once. Now, when you see it again, you think, do you know what? It doesn't seem it's worked as good. And Phil Spencer and his team, they said at the start, we ain't doing a mid-gen refresh. From day one, they said that shit. They'll be ready for next gen, whenever it's 2027 or whenever it is. And we're in a situation right now that cross-generation is going to stay here for ages right now. It ain't going nowhere. Cross-gen is here now, plain and simple. And I'm sure PlayStation and Xbox don't want to reset them numbers. They would like to keep the same users and is trying to increase if they can increase it. Bring more people to the ecosystem. They don't want to do that shit. And when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro, the hardcore ponies, fair players, enjoy it. But honestly, right now, looking at it, looking in the mirror, like the homie Dirt would say, there was no need for the mid-gen.
He never explained why you need to look at the mirror, though. Like, look at the mirror, though, huh? And then he left it there. But look, I don't know what's going to go. Obviously, more power is actually awesome. Still awesome, right? Because with more power, we can get more stuff, better tech, better AI, hopefully. But it's up to the developer to use all that power. However, this next generation of Xbox, if it's true that this is a hybrid console and things like that, I'm not impressed with graphics no more. Like, if I see hyper realistic graphics, it's like, oh, cool. I've seen that before. What's new? Like, better shadows. I think I've seen art style with better shadows than forced ray tracing on a video game. Maybe it's going to work better. Maybe the software is going to be better. But graphics like that is like, show me something different. And I hope for this hybrid console, I get the PC version of games now. What do I mean by this? If the developer can't push, for whatever reason, frame rate, give me the option at least to lower down the resolution so I can pump up the frame rate on myself. So instead of like fighting against like, oh man, this game is not getting 60 frames per second flat, at least I can play with my own settings so I can run the game however I want it. I want it all for ray tracing, all the graphics, AI, all that stuff. Give me the option to do it and do whatever I want with the games. That's why I think they're pushing Play Anywhere a lot. That's why I think this integration with Steam is actually going to work, or is actually happening, because I think they're done making Xbox version of games. I think they're going to make just Windows or PC version of games that are going to run on this console. So whatever people are like, oh man, the game, you can run in whatever frame rate you want. We got to get used to it. We got to get used to the terms of TAA and all those stuff. But if we're getting one version of the games, it's better because we're getting the better version of games, which is PC.
I'm not sure if it'll go that far into that space, but we don't know. One thing we do know is that a next gen console is coming, and we've been hearing all of these leaks, like if it's got a Steam in it, integrated in it, Epic Games. I'm not sure what the approach is going to be, but that is for Xbox to let us know and explain to us what the next console is going to be about. What's different about it, and if they can deliver that poll, like the message, if they get the messaging right, then they got a great chance of like keeping the same. First of all, keeping your core gamers, and maybe bringing more people out or PC guys. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind getting a console, put it in the smaller room or some shit. Do you know what or the bedroom or something, because it's got my PC link to it as well. That could be a possibility.
So I my 2 cents guess is I kind of leaning towards what Joey's saying, because they always say you got your minimum specs or minimum requirements, and then you got your recommended requirements. I think those minimum requirements will be like the S version or that handheld version, and that's what Microsoft is going to say. We want you to build it to these specs for these games, and that recommended version is going to be like the X version, where you could tweak and make the settings and the resolution and the different things. But like I believe what Joey's saying is just going to be one version for PC and Xbox, and there's not going to be 2 different SDKs or
Yeah.
GDKs, whatever they call them.
That's the way I
There's going
see
to
it
be
as well.
one way to make the game, and that's what's going to be the most damaging to PlayStation, because right now Xbox is like a separate version from the PC. Now, when PC people start making, PC developers start making one version, and they could just easily make the
Play with
Xbox
settings.
version, it's going to be all over.
And that's
All
the
over.
way how you're
Joey,
gonna.
let me show you this, Joey. Like,
Right.
we've been
And
talking
let-
about the next gen console
let me
and
add
all that
let
stuff.
me add something a little bit, and
Yeah.
that way Steam games could work on Xbox because you could just play with the settings. You
Yep.
don't need an Xbox version. You just need to play with the settings, and you're good. But go ahead, Sean.
Like Joey, we always talk about the way Xbox is moving and trying to unify its ecosystem, making it more simpler to access that ecosystem in multiple ways. If it's cloud, which is not for you, but PC may be for the people out there in Panama 7, TV screens in different areas, console,
Panama 7 doesn't
laptop,
have
gaming
cloud.
PC. Yeah, but I'm saying that's where the PC can come into play for you then.
Of course, yes.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about here. They're nailing all of the options. For cloud, it might be working South Asia. For you, PC might be the best way to get new customers, new gamers into the ecosystem. Other places, console. Other places, laptop. Other places, handheld. When it comes to the update, I reckon this is the target. When you were talking about the console, unify it. It'll be one version of the game. Now, look, like when it comes to this part as well, I feel like what they're trying to integrate all of that into one ecosystem. And if they can manage that, if they get the messaging right as well, and explain it that this is what you can do, that's what you can do. You can bring your games across here. All of this, buy your games here, or if you buy on Steam, it's
That's the
available
thing.
on here.
That's
And
the thing. I don't
that's
think
the
it's
to-
complicated, Sean. I
But
don't
you
think it's
gotta explain it to-
complicated.
you
No,
gotta
no, I
simplify
don't think.
it.
No, you gotta simplify it, but I don't think it's complicated when it comes to the mechanics of it, right? For Microsoft, because you already got Windows, a universal UI or whatever you call it, operating system that does everybody's store. It has a whole bunch of support. What Microsoft needs to do, what Xbox needs to do, is take off all the fluff of that operating system and change its UI so it can look more console-like, and that's it. It can be 100% Windows. Just take off the goddamn fluff, which is all the Windows stuff, all the Office stuff, all the dumb shit that we have, all those like news pop up on the all that. Take that all away and make it what you said on your own documentary. A PC is it's a tank. It has multi-purposes, but a console needs to be a sports car. That's what you need to do with
simplify.
Windows right now. Simplify Windows, but keep the kernel as it is so you can integrate other stores like Steam, other launchers, so it will work for them. That's what Microsoft needs to do. Now, the messaging part, I see the technical part easier than the messaging part for Microsoft, because let's keep it honest. I love Xbox. I will always love them, but they're dog shit at messaging and marketing.
Facts.
And if they don't explain this loud and clear that there's no questions whatsoever, they can fumble this badly because
Joey,
people won't understand what they're talking about.
I
This is up
reckon-
to them though.
Up
Us
to them,
hardcore,
yeah.
we're gonna understand this clearly. But when it comes to the regular people going to a store and buying something, they're gonna say, so this is a PC. You gotta explain it yes and no. And that's not a good answer for anybody. Like, what is this? Is it a PC? Yes and no. No, you got to keep it simple. So that's up to Microsoft.
We'll see how they deliver that message, and I believe they will do a better job. This is Sarah Bond's console, her first Xbox console.
Yep.
She's launching this one. She'll be the one explaining it with Jason Ronald, I believe, as well. Whenever that is, if it's the end of the year or sometime next year, mid next year, that's up to them to deliver that. And I really do believe all of the work they're putting in right now, if it's from the Xbox updating, buying new games, streaming, handheld, UI, OS, all that bullshit, is leading up to the next gen console. And if they can perfect all of the the bad bits out of it by the time it comes to next gen, they could have a cracking console out there, a perfect OS, a UI, whatever you want to call it. So people that this is easy, this is simple. Buy one game from Steam or whatever, however they do it, bro. Game Pass just gets better and better. if they can simplify that and bring it all into one perfection ecosystem, I'll be happy with that. I'm not sure if it'll bring more new gamers into it, but for us guys, that's what we want. We want that target where we know like Xbox is trying to hit that target where everything just works seamless across the board. That's the target, and that's the target I want them to hit. Will they do it? That's entirely up to them. Sarah Bonds talked about technological leaps. Joey, I'm not saying these words. Bringing your games forward, the biggest, all that crazy shit. If they can deliver that, bro, I say for us Xbox gamers, we're winning.
Absolutely, we're winning right now.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%. Now I'm gonna close it out with this. Joey, start from midnight, bro. I played it. I finished it yesterday. Obviously, since I've been back. Absolutely fantastic game. Honestly, it's nice to see a game like this. Totally different. Nobody's done a game like this in a minute. Well, as far as I know, anyway. This type of game, the cel-shaded, the artwork and the stop motion, all that crazy shit, and even the stories as well. But you said to me like or I just heard it or something, that the game ends like abruptly, and I don't think it ends like that, bro. I think it ends perfect, bro. What made you say that? Because I want to question that. Because when I heard like it ends in a funny way, this ends like boom. I disagree, bro. I think it ended perfectly.
But I don't want to spoil it.
No, but what made you get to that point? Like, I know you can't spoil it, but like, I don't think it did, bro. I think it ended the way it should have ended, like perfect, bro.
No, what I mean by that is I knew I was going to the end of the game, but I was expecting, and apparently I'm not the only one who says that though, because I've talked to other people who finished it, and they say, okay, we were expecting one more thing because we thought it was going to happen, because they were like pulling us towards that direction that was going to happen in the story, and then it just, that's it, bye. And you're like, oh, that's it. I'm not saying it's a bad ending. It's like I feel like one thing would have given the game a little bit of more of a bigger score. And I started playing it again, and I raised my score again now that I know how to play it and beat everybody up.
Bro, the fighting, honestly, Joey, listen to me. I played the abrupt ending, yeah, trade freeze. I don't think it is to me anyway. When it comes to the fighting mechanics, now listen, I played the AC games, I played the Star Wars games. And let's be real, guys. We know the budget of this game, we know the smaller studio, wherever it is, but sometimes you stick to a basic combo that works for you. In them, I'm talking about the AC games on the fighting games. You do get used to the basic games.
Yeah,
every game, because you get used to a familiar combo and you stick to it. Even though it can have a 50 combination of different moves, I feel like the combination, like the fighting mechanics in this game, for the first game as well, is pretty good, bro. Because some of the mechanics and the dodging mechanics, when you start dodging, perfect timing, it freezes them. It
gives them a blast. A blast happens. Yeah.
And then you jump and you do a power slam, all that. When you hit it with the hammer fist, all that bullshit, bro. Then you can do certain abilities where you can control certain people as well, bro. All of that shit, I think it works really good for the game.
It does.
I think the combat's really good for that type of game.
Yeah, it does.
They definitely can do a sequel, 100%.
Yeah, 100% can do a sequel. And now that we are like in this lore and mythology with the Weaver stuff, and of course the South has a whole bunch of more stories. Plus, there's a thing that happens that I kind of want to know more about. That I don't want to say anything because I don't know how many people I finished it. But I'm expecting a sequel of this. The only critiques I really have of this game is that the ending, I feel it was a little bit abrupt. That's just me, maybe. And the combat needed one more move combination, or the cooldown of certain moves should go a little bit faster so you can connect again. Maybe those two tweaks will make the combat even better. But other than that, the game is fantastic.
You could get Joey, I don't know if you got all the abilities.
I finished the whole tree. The only thing I didn't.
I got all of it besides.
I got the achievement for that.
I got them all, but I didn't finish the last.
I got them all.
I didn't get the final, not the full thing.
I didn't get the full heart, the thing, the green thing.
But the seed, the main one.
Yeah, the seed. Yeah, I missed that. I missed one. I didn't know where it was. I'm like, I can't find it.
Emmett Camargo's NYG, I'll let you go after this as well. It is streamlined the combat, and Just to bother, I'm with you, bro. It just like I give it a 9 out of 10. Now the next game I would like to see it more smoother, the camera work a bit more smoother as well, all that stuff. Some
Yeah, I was
parts of
looking
the
for that though.
fighting,
That's true. I was
yeah,
looking for that. See, I can move the camera quicker, but it
yeah,
didn't. Because
just
once she does the animation that she like takes away the soul or whatever of the monsters,
yeah,
the camera stays stuck. Yeah, I'm trying to move the camera as
yeah.
quick as
He's
to
trying
where
to
the
see,
other,
yeah,
and
just
it's a
things
little
like
bit
that,
slow.
bro. And
Yeah.
I'd love to see that in the sequel. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, go on, Paul.
Listen, let me ask this: as the only person on the panel that hasn't finished the game, so everybody that I've seen who actually played the game, finished it, loves the game. And I hate to say this I am an Xbot. Period.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
They're right.
If Microsoft puts this game out there, made it a multi-plat game, A, do you have no problem with that so more people could play it? And B, if they said we're putting it out so we could get more eyes on it so we can make the sequel, do you think that would be worth it?
Go ahead, Sean, or me.
So like right now, according to Dirt,
Pony Griggity, what the hell name is that?
Have you seen his hair? Look at his hair. Look at the bald.
Oh shit!
You know, let me add something to before I get to you, Paul. She's
Okay.
not elite. The combat, it feels, the enemy types. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. You do get different enemies as you move forward. They are different enemies, and that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. Because I know in the sequel they can they can up in every level, and they could get to that 10, in my opinion, bro. But Wade Johnson's on chapter 10, bro. The stories gets deeper and deeper after 8, 9, 10, bro. Them stories gets awesome, bro. Like Joe, you know
Yeah,
that it picks up.
Yeah, there's one
Them
that
stories
made me
get
cry
deep.
with the song and
Yeah,
everything. I'm like,
yeah. The
oh
story
man,
gets
this
deep,
thing hit
bro.
me. But yeah, man. If they look, Microsoft is doing this whole third party strategy. Do I like it? No, I would never like it. In my core, I feel like Sony doesn't deserve jack shit from Xbox because they haven't been fair with Xbox at all. However, that's the strategy. But for the health of South of Midnight, I think it's a good thing for more people to play this game, to learn about the South, the culture, but now underneath everything, and I think it's a good thing. However, I still don't, dude. Share it with everybody but PlayStation if I had the power to do
Yeah.
so. Right?
You
I think
know,
Nintendo will be a fantastic platform for this game, but Nintendo Xbox is the one who does the decisions, and fuck it, do it. What can I do?
let me tell you something, like Paul. When you get to the later chapters, the game looks even better. Honestly, some of the art style and the artwork and I'm like, yo, man, this game is looking even better and better as time goes on, bro. Because it gets to more detailed areas, and you know what I mean when you get that, bro. And some of the mechanics, bro, like the ending mechanics you get as well. Bro, listen, it's a perfect game for a sequel. Like, you can see Joe, for a sequel, you know what to do. To step up 1-2 bits here, the camera work a bit here. Do you know what I mean? Like, just little bits like that, bro, and you could get a bang on sequel there. And always go deeper into the story, bro.
everything I hear you guys saying, I've heard other people say in other forums and other places. I'm just like, from what I heard from Dirt and from what I've heard from other places, if it doesn't make the numbers, and from what I've been seeing from the developers pushing it online, I'm concerned that if it doesn't do the numbers, not that Microsoft will do something to the developer, but that they won't, they won't continue it or they won't make a sequel.
But that's the thing, though. I think we're confusing what's happening internally with Xbox and certain studios. I remember when they started the first batch of buying these studios. I'm going to use example because he's the one has been talking a lot more about it. Tim Schafer, about his purchase and how everything goes. We know Psychonauts is not a banger in sales. We know that, but it's a cult following and it's a darling when it comes to video games, right? He's always said like his mission is not really to make these 4, 5, 6, 7, $10 million bangers. If it happens, cool. But his mission is more to make games to expand the catalog of Game Pass. So I don't think a lot of these studios because you can tell actually with the budgets. You can tell with Ninja Theory. You can tell with South of Midnight. Psychonauts is not a big budget game. I think some of these studios, their mission only is to keep on pumping games for Game Pass with quality, of course. So I don't think these games are meant to be a $10 million, $5 million console sell. You understand? That's why I don't. I don't, because you can tell by the budgets. If it's were the case, then I think this game would have been $70, and I think this game would have been a lot more bigger. That's my guess. But when you look at Bethesda, and you saw what Redfall cost and what it did, there was expectations under that studio. You didn't meet them, you're out. That also falls on to Tango Games. Tango Games, they had expectations. And plus the whole leadership and all that didn't work, you're out. Halo has expectations. They had to change the whole studio name and fire a whole bunch of people. So I think there's studios that they wanted to be on Game Pass so you can expand the catalog and make award-winning games. But they're not expecting bangers out of this in sales.
So you think
that's
numbers...
what I think. So
right?
I don't think
South
of Midnight is affected. I don't think South of Midnight. I don't think Compulsory Games is worried. Of course, more money is actually good for the studio. But I don't think I'm not worried about Compulsory Games closing. I'm not worried about Ninja Theory closing because everybody's like, "Oh my God, Hellblade did not sell." How long has it been? And we haven't heard a word about anything wrong about Ninja Theory. In fact, they're helping Microsoft with new technology with AI
as well,
and they're still going, right? So I think there's different expectations internally with these studios, unless you're a big for different studios.
Like Doom, bro, look at Doom.
Doom is expecting.
They're expecting.
They're expecting with them.
And you can see the marketing, all that bullshit they're doing now. But getting to away, he goes, guys, do you believe that there's a high percentage of Xbox talking about the next gen console this summer? There is a possibility they could talk about it later or kind of announce it. Like, I feel like they might delay it, bro. But they could talk about. Look, Xbox has a lot going for it right now. If the game's output seems to be rock solid right now.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
And this is somebody actually. I was watching, politics and stuff like that. I don't think now that Xbox has the whole thing that they can make OEMs. I think a smart thing is Xbox is going to make their own hybrid internally, selling in the United States, but everywhere else is going to be OEM version of that box. So that way the cost will go lower and the tariffs won't affect them. That's what I think they could do.
I think this summer at the show they're just going to talk about the ROG Ally Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh yeah, it's all branding.
Yeah, I figured they're going to throw that in there. We'll go ahead and get that up and going. So I got a quick question. The rebranded the ROG Ally. Are y'all gonna get that, or y'all gonna wait for the actual Xbox?
I'm really tempted.
I feel like I'm gonna wait.
I don't have one, so I might get it. I don't have a ROG Ally.
I'm still my fingers are itching. I want to buy one now, but I'm still waiting to see what it is.
Let's see how good it is. Let's see. Let me get this super chat from Freddy Fox or 2. Because fuck Sean, South of mid dirt. Oh shit, combat is good. It is good, bro. For the game is good, and for the sequel. You know what they can improve on 100%. They can improve on that 100%. Deuteronomy 2, bro. Hazel needs a TV show. That is facts, bro. Like, let me pull this back for a second.
What difficulty you guys on?
Go on, Paul. Like, go on. Finish up what you.
No, I was gonna say, what difficulty you guys on in South of Midnight?
Hardest one. The hardest one.
I pumped it up to up there so the enemies can be harder.
Yeah,
I put it the highest mark. The one before custom. I don't know that's the highest mark or something.
Yeah, it doesn't even really matter because there's no achievement for beating it. Like. For difficulty.
I'm not sure I just did it because I felt like I could tell there's some games I'll play like Hellblade 2, put it on the hardest difficult because when I could tell with South of Midnight I knew it was a shorter game and I knew let's put it full on and I think it was a challenge. It was a challenge here and there sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but once you figured it out,
yeah, that's what they do. Like the harder difficult because I started normal. I'm like, no, I'm gonna pump the difficulty up, and what they do is they do react quicker, but it's not really that hard. And bosses they move a lot quicker, but it's not really that difficult to be honest.
But it's a great game. Like some of the guys in the chat, if the game is not for you, that's fine. The next game could be Expedition. The next game could be Doom, bro. But South of Midnight, like Paul, you talked about the studio. I feel like what the studio has achieved right now, I think it did a great job. I think a 78 is kind of a piss take for a game like that.
Yeah.
I do really believe that for a game like that, because nobody's got a game like that out like this now. Nobody's done a game like that, especially going into the South and the story and some of the tales they tell, and they do a great job with that stuff. So I think it should be like it should have been like an 81, 82 in my opinion. But will it go to other platforms? I don't know, bro. But South of Midnight is a great game, guys. Definitely check it out. If it's not for you, then move along, bro.
Michelle, to be honest, that's the only way it's gonna be 80 if it goes on PlayStation.
Did I see Indiana Jones getting better reviews on PlayStation? Or am I crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
And you fuckers don't let me. You guys don't allow me to spoil that game. So these ponies, you guys don't spoil it. You all
Don't spoil
POS.
it.
I could have ruined the game for that, but nah.
I still didn't finish it yet.
Oh man.
Don't spoil it. Sorry.
But I don't think ponies would buy South of Midnight. That's not that. It's nothing to be honest. Come on, y'all. Let's be honest. Nothing their cup of tea other than Spider-Man. That's the only. God of War. That's the only games that they'll spend money on. That's it. They don't have no imagination. They don't feel the need to play anything other than those. And of course, Madden and Fortnite and 2K. But they don't. I don't know their minds. They just set in their ways, and that's the only thing they want to play.
You know, let me get the super chat, bro, because I want to close it out, bro. Now I need to get going. Anchor Banks with a 2. I just turned in. What the f happened to Dick Riggedy punk ass?
You got light skin.
I did.
He's light skinned now.
look, Sean. I got to be honest. I told her you wasn't here, but my wife and her fiance they packed all these stuff. They didn't have no room for me, so I wasn't able to go on the trip. You know, I'm just gonna keep it honest with you.
Right.
We amongst family.
Oh man. Oh shit.
man.
Oh shit. Come on, man. He's not even here, bro. He's not even listening to the show. He's slagging him off. Come on, man. Oh man. But you know what, boys, man? Let's close that because I want to go watch that Sinners. The Michael B. Jordan shit.
Oh yeah, me and my wife are going tonight at 6.
Yeah, I'm going now in the next half an hour. But shout out to you, man. Yo, NYG, salute to you, homie, man. Rocking out 2 weeks for TTS, bro. Hopefully, me and the homie W will be back to normal and some good news comes out as well. NYG, what's going on, Playboy?
Who you? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
I'm sorry.
He thought he was dirt.
Well, we're gonna do a little date tonight or whatever. Go to the movies and eat. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go back and finish up a vow on some stuff. Try to get some hundreds on the stuff, some stuff like that. But I don't really like.
So you're going out tonight then to watch the movie and that?
Yeah, we're going out tonight. Yeah.
Don't nobody give a fuck.
Whoa!
Yo, Paul, what's up, homie, man? Shout out to you for rocking out, man.
You got it. I got to finish up Indiana Jones and Miss Midnight. I got to get South of Dirt done. Got to get that done.
Yeah, definitely. When you get to the later chapters, bro, the stories are dope, man.
I'm ready.
Yeah, trust me. When you get to the later chapters, that's when it kicks in more and gets better and better, man. And the homie, the Nintendo bot, the Panama 7, one of the Panama 7s.
That's
Joey
right.
Kraken, what's up, killer?
Oh man, I'm about to log into my work system. That's it. Start working. I'm at home today because today is Good Friday.
Yo, Joey, what's the next game you playing? Like the main game you want to focus on now?
I'm going to start Blueprints, and I'm gonna finish again the Castlevania collection. That's what I'm doing.
NYG, what about you, bro?
Until Doom, of course. Until Doom and Expansion.
I downloaded Doom. I might just need to play that.
It's already leaked. It's already out to Doom.
No. Just the first one, the 2016 one.
Oh, that's a good. You never played it?
No, I didn't play that one.
Oh man, what are you doing?
Yeah, Doom
So
was
you know what?
crazy.
I've got to be a bot. I need to play it.
Exactly.
Hey, Paul, when you get back into that Indiana Jones, you got to get those relics.
Oh yeah,
they got an alternate ending. Whenever I'm not gonna say nothing, but you need all 50 of them to see the alternate. There's a whole nother different ending that you get as long as you get all 50. I got to go back and get 23 more of them.
Yeah, I'm a smell of roses gamer, so it takes me a long time to finish games. So I like go through every level, every corner to get games. That's why it takes me so long to finish up games.
So it wouldn't be me if I ain't loot.
Yeah, your Paul, are you playing something like what's the next? I know you playing South for Midnight. Is that the main focus game you playing right now?
Like New York Giant Man was saying, I was going through Avowed, finishing that up. I mean, even in Avowed, if you do certain things, you could have different outcomes to like certain parts of the game.
3-4 different ones, yeah.
Yeah, so South of Midnight, like I hate to say it, but in Indiana Jones, I stopped at where were we? We were in Cairo, or we were in the desert. That's where I stopped.
Oh, you got no place to go.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, I was in every nook and cranny of the desert. I almost got that 100%ed.
Damn.
You
know, sometimes you get fatigued. Like Joey, like, do you ever get that? Like, sometimes when you just play,
I got that in the Vatican. I'm like, this place doesn't end
too much. Yeah.
But once I find the whole temple underneath the thing, yeah, I'm like, okay. Once I found that, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going because I want to go to Egypt quick, and then I stayed in Egypt a whole bunch of times.
Sometimes it happens. You just want to power through. Sometimes then.
Yeah, I got to the point where I finished the first two areas. Like I had my money. They said just donate it because I couldn't do nothing in that. That's what a donation boxes is for. Which it doesn't help you, but after you get everything on the stages, you have all that money and stuff, and it doesn't correlate to the next area. So that's one
thing is crazy. I know people still don't know. You can fast travel on Indiana Jones. A lot of people still don't know that.
Can?
Yeah, you can go back to the old stages.
Yeah.
It's like because you got the whole thing with directions. You just click on the thing and it takes you there. I know people they just walk to everywhere. I'm like, dude, you can fast travel. They're like, what?
Yeah, you don't know sometimes. Like, let me finish up with this. Gambino with 2. He got to watch Sinners yesterday. I'm surprised it came out yesterday for you guys. It's come out officially today for us.
It's out here in Panama. I'm gonna see on Tuesday.
Yeah, he goes 10 out of 10. Stay after the post credits as well.
Oh,
the ratings are incredible. That's why I wanted to go, bro. Like, none of my brothers heard of it besides one, I think so. I'm gonna watch the trailer, then decide. I booked the tickets, so I'm going in the next half an hour, 20 minutes. Dave Rizzi with the 2, sneak into Pony Stream Joey and spoil that shit for them.
The problem is getting into a Pony Stream. Oh god, that's boring as hell.
Oh god, yeah. But anyway, guys, take care, be safe. I'm out. Why's Joey got kicked out for?
I don't know why you kicked me out, you POS. No, anyway, I gotta go. I gotta log in. Once I log in, the whole system disappears. Take care.
Xbox. Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox. Game Pass. Keep adding games to my backlog. They say it got no games, man. Don't know what they saying. I just think they hating. Stuck on that PlayStation. Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox. It has 300 plus for only $15. Bug stacks, Hades, even Among Us. 120 frames on that psycho nuts. Got games, niche games like Cluster Truck. Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox. Game Pass. Keep adding games to my backlog. They say it got no games, man. Don't know what they saying. I just think they hating. Stuck on that PlayStation. Game Pass. Got it on my PC and my Xbox.